Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest orological scams of 2025 and why we're all falling for it. That's right, I don't know if I'm just increasingly negative recently or if I'm just jaded or cynical or perhaps I'm on too many painkillers.
Let's take drugs and go down on each other.
But here's the deal. Luxury watches are officially a scam, and I can prove it. That's right, today I'm going to be exposing and breaking down exactly how the luxury watchmakers are ripping all of you off in 2025 and what you should be doing instead. It is 8:14 a.m. Let's get down to business. Alright, so we're not going to waste any more time here, guys. We're going to start off with some cold, hard numbers. So, when I started the Time Teller channel way back in 2017, feels like yesterday, but also like an eternity ago, I had a little bit more hair on my head and a little bit more, mobility in my legs. But the Rolex Oyster Perpetual had an MSRP floating around $4,200. Fast forward to 2025 and the Rolex Oyster Perpetual has an MSRP of $6,500 if you can even find one. For all you math nerds out there, that's a price increase of around 54%, which is vastly outpacing inflation. So did the Rolex Oyster Perpetual get 54% better? No. And I know everyone loves to hate on Rolex, but let's move over to Tag Heuer, who's probably one of the worst offenders in this case. Whether you love Tag Heuer or not, the fact of the matter is, Tag is selling watches with Sellita movements found in sub $1,000 micro brands that I review here every single week, and they're asking like over $3,000 on average. It's insane. So for reference, the Sellita SW200 movement that the Caliber 5 is based on costs around $150 to $250. And don't get me wrong, I love that movement. It's a great movement. Every time I see one in a micro brand, I'm very excited. But charging $3,000+ for a watch with that movement in it sounds a little bit silly, especially when there's nothing particularly special about the watch. So at the time of filming, it is February 2025, and just last month, beginning of the year, January, various brands, primarily Rolex, announced price increases across the board. But if quality isn't exactly improving, what are we paying for? You're paying for marketing and nostalgia. That's about it. Why are we disappointed by Rolex's releases every year? Why are we disappointed by price increases every year? Well, it's because these luxury watchmakers know that they don't really have to innovate anything, and they can just keep milking the same old designs year after year after year while hiking up the prices and not actually having any of them in the boutiques. Like, Rolex specifically has turned the waitlists into a feature, not a bug. You want a new Submariner? Why don't you check out this Datejust first? Oh, you want a Daytona? Okay, well, time to play the authorized dealer game, something I've covered in depth here on this channel. Meanwhile, gray market dealers are laughing all the way to the bank, flipping these watches for 3 to 4 times retail. And again, the funny part about it is Rolex consistently increases their prices year after year without ever actually selling any of their watches at the boutiques. So what should you do instead? Well, if you actually want quality and value, and you don't care about the marketing, and you don't care about the heritage, and you just want a solid, good watch, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm gonna recommend Tudor. Brands like Tudor, Longines, even Grand Seiko, or independent watchmakers like Christopher Ward. These watchmakers offer a whole lot more without any of the BS bull games. There are plenty of really cool, impressive watches that don't have the same brand equity or marketing that these bigger luxury watchmakers have, but they're gonna get you really cool watches, some with interesting complications, some with really innovative designs, and some that are just incredibly solid watches, and you don't gotta buy into the hype. So in 2025, there are still watches that give you great bang per buck, you just gotta know where to look. So guys, I apologize if this episode seemed a little too negative or a little harsh, kind of turned into a T3 watch rant, which again, in my current position is the easiest kind of content for me to film for you guys right now. But it's just really strange to me. The luxury watch market is shrinking, yet the prices are increasing, and it seems like you're not even able to get the things you want. So I say, just look elsewhere. But I want your opinion. Leave me a comment. Is luxury watch spending and is the luxury watch market as a whole a scam? Or do you think these price increases are justified, again, even though the watch market is technically shrinking? Let me know in the comments, guys. I want to hear from you, and I learn from you just as much as you learn from me. All right, guys, thank you for the well wishes. I love each and every one of you. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time tolerant. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.